Hello and welcome to another player profile and projection here on Talkin Yanks. Today we are talking about your catcher, Austin Wells. Boom, 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 boom. Where we're doing an episode today, every day until opening day. My name's Jimmy. His name's Jake. Austin Wells' middle name is Kenneth.
Austin Kenneth Wells.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow, I had that in memory.
Good.
I know my middle names. He's the starting catcher. Trevino was the starting catcher. He was going to be the backup. They split duties. They traded Trevino. Austin Wells took over. He's the starting catcher. Now, catchers are a platoon position of sorts, and he's a lefty. That was a thing last year. He had a breakout season. He got Rookie of the Year votes. He had 2 incredible months of baseball on the dog days of summer. He came alive. Tough start, tough end. That's how you'd sum it up, right?
Yes. July and August, he went gangbusters. He was solid in June. And yeah, the bookends around it were pretty daunting. And I know, by the end of May, I can only imagine where we were at. Because it was confusing, because it felt pretty good. Like, the at-bats didn't feel bad. It felt like he was having good swings and good at-bats, just zero results. And then it took off to the next level. And I don't think we ever got the Austin Wells, like, something changed. No.
Well, that's...
We always just got the Booney, Austin Wells felt like he belonged, which is a good way of being like, Austin Wells is really confident.
Yeah,
good.
But the at-bats, if I remember last year, in April and May, felt good. Hard hit balls, they were going, and it was like, if we can turn those into hits,
right?
He looks like he's having good at-bats, seeing the ball, working counts, not overmatched. And then in July and August, it stayed looking that way, but the results changed to good. Now, when you talk about September, October, nothing felt like that. It didn't feel like he was just getting unlucky. It felt like the process was bad. The at-bats were bad. The discipline, the work in the count was all got lost. And if that's, first time Major League catcher facing postseason pitching or just the grind of the season wearing down on you. But I will say the first 2 months, the results weren't there, but it looked the part. And everyone was saying, and the analytics and the metrics said, this should come around. And it did. And then the bottom fell out. And you're just hoping that was...
He at one point in that, sometime in May, I remember it was a Talkin Yanks episode that he had like the biggest difference in X batting average versus batting average, or X OPS versus OPS.
And maybe we get to bump into him, because this is kind of fun. In April, when it felt like he was getting screwed almost, he was walking. He had 12 walks and 9 strikeouts in April. It was a 196 batting average, a 339 on base. So it's like, okay, there's obviously something to dream on here. The next month, it looks like he probably hit a moment where he's like, you got to swing the bat, Pop. He only had 1 walk in May. So the batting average went up. The slugging went up. But everything else went down. That I wonder if in June it was just like, hey, man, you're probably not going to set any rookie records this year. Maybe just do you. And then, ironically enough, he kicked in a gear and he finishes 3rd in Rookie of the Year. And he is one of the more important members of the Yankees lineup for this year. I know we've kind of lumped in the lefties as a whole. And it's tough because he just has such a requirement on defense that needs to be hit, that if the offense doesn't take a step up, that's still a good baseball player.
The lefty thing has been confusing me.
Okay.
Because he batted cleanup come end of July. Now, he had been swinging a good bat, like we said, in July, and even June was starting to get going. But if he's a righty, he's not batting cleanup. Like, he batted cleanup because he's a lefty. Some of these lefties between Martian, Jazz, and Wells are going to bat in a lineup spot that they really probably shouldn't be at, surrounded by the big righties up in the order.
Hopefully not. Hopefully they've all shown signs of being able to earn their keep, but nothing's in pen or even pencil.
Yeah, I'm saying if they were a righty and they had those numbers, they wouldn't be a 4-hole hitter or a 5-hole hitter or a lead off at time or whatever it is.
Is that a fun exercise? If every Yankee hitter was righty, what would the batting order look like?
That is a fun.
If handedness just didn't.
If
matter.
every batter was the same, righty or lefty, what would the batting order look like? It is a fun exercise because he wouldn't have been here.
Yeah, I do.
He held his own in the leadoff spot. His numbers are much better when he was down in 8, 7, 8, or in cleanup. But it's a lot of pressure, man, to come through. And he was doing really well for a while, but it's a lot to be a catcher every day, to work with all the pitchers, and to do that. So I'd love it for him to be a cleanup hitter and a big bat. I don't know if I need him to be, and I don't know if I want the lineup to need him to be. You know what I mean? If he was, I'd love him in 6, 7. But that's what I say about a lot of these Yankees right now. But really, everyday catcher is a grind. Right. And then also the platooning of him. Booney told us, no, he's going to face lefties. And then they immediately backtracked from that, and he didn't face lefties for a little bit. His numbers versus lefties were not good last year. But if you are cementing yourself that in the postseason, you don't have a guy that's going to face righties. Like Trevino, they started him one game, and it really wasn't, and they pinch hit him that one time. But right now it's Alex Jackson. So he needs to face lefties. That needs to be a skill they develop, not hinder.
Yeah, and I think they're going to give him every opportunity. Like I mean, let's see. We currently don't have a lot of clarity on the Yankees' backup position, and if they bring in a veteran that is a guy that mashes lefties, like, you'll get your answer there. But yeah, I think they're going to run Austin Wells out there. I will be interested to see after, our eye tests seemed like Volpe got worn out from his first couple seasons in the big league. It looked like Austin Wells got worn out, and it's kind of wild to look at and see 115 games. Like, for as catchers go, that is a full load, and especially a young catcher. So I wonder if that'll be in the back of their heads at all, if they're just going to let him play baseball and whatever they need. But I think it's interesting. Let's say he does become an offensive staple, which is pretty cool.
Real cool.
I think it was one of our questions last year was, I think it was, will Austin Wells DH for us? And I don't think he ended up DHing at all, but I think it will be interesting. We know that Stanton will get rest days. That I wonder, I could see Austin Wells this year, from what he showed during that peak of summer. There's not a lot of ball players that can go 900 plus OPS for 2 months. Yeah. That I could see some of that in his future.
When did Trevi get hurt? Let me see. Because then that was when. I
say June or early July. I remember it was a thing as of June that Wells hadn't caught 3 days in a row yet.
I think Trevi. So according to the chart here, Trevi got majority of the games in June. Trevi got majority of the games in June. Wells only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Trevi got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So close split, but Trevi got more. And then it was July. Where Trevino got hurt. July 13th is when Wells takes over. Narvaez gets 3 starts, but Wells really plays from July 13th to August 14th. Like, that's him.
Right.
And it seems like he took off kind of in that stretch, which is an interesting push and pull of give him everyday reps. It's hard to not play every day, but also let's not grind him down because catching is hard. That's a tough balancing act.
Yeah, and if I'm reading this correctly, I think
in that stretch he crushed though.
I think 2 of those Narvaez starts were doubleheader days. I might be misreading that, but Austin Wells for the summer became an integral part of the team.
2 of them were doubleheader days, so yeah.
Yeah, so in very limited action, Wells was every day, which is cool. he got worn out at the end of the year. I think, I mean, again, it depends how much they'll need to lean on him, but hopefully they take the catcher days a little more easy. But right now we don't know the backup catcher, so I don't like saying that.
Right, yeah. I would rather him start than Alex Jackson.
But I also, in the playoffs, man, that was
so I think
that
what
was
it is-
uncompetitive.
I think, that was uncompetitive. High fastball swing, high fastball swing, high fastball swing. I think what it is, Jake, is if they're like in a nice stretch of winning, if they find themselves against like they've won the series, I hate punt lineups, but you got to find calculated Wellesley rest days.
Yeah.
If Alex Jackson's a backup, who I don't know. I've never Googled his picture or looked at his baseball reference. I've never once told myself, I got to know this guy.
I don't think if you do, I don't think the sentence you just said will change.
Okay.
First round pick.
Wellesley defensively, it's good. I think we have a highlight we're going to play. We also have an offensive highlight we're going to play to talk about. But it was something they said that might not come to fruition. I actually really like his receiving. Yeah. I like his blocking. I like his chutzpah behind the mound with the mustache, you know?
He's wearing the do-rag with Stroman last year.
Yeah. I mean, not a great look for him. He looked weird in it. Odd. But I like that he was trying to connect with all of his starters. You got to connect. Yeah.
Part of the gig.
When Cole is on the mound, they share a mutual hatred for Billy Crystal and delays.
Right.
No, Cole got over that.
Cole got over that.
So him and Max Fried, what are they going to do?
Right.
You know?
Be sweet.
Him and Cruz, what are they going to do? You and him dance?
Open doors for people.
Above average pop time. 75th percentile in blocking. 4 above average blocks. I'm interested in that. Caught 23% of runners attempting to steal. 4th best in Major League Baseball. Behind 3 guys, which is how that works.
Right.
Wow, he attempted to back pick runners 6 times, which is tied for second. O'Hoppe had the most. Trevino led that when he was the starting. That's a Yankee thing. More than a these specific players things, because Trevino led that in 2023, I think.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
If I told you one side of his game can improve, the other would stay the same.
I'd choose hitting to improve.
Hitting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the defense was good.
Yeah.
I guess I still have a little bit of like Yankee brainwash of like, I don't know if he could stick behind the dish. And it was
no. Trevino was the problem last year. Trevino could frame, but
couldn't throw it.
And throw his tough.
And Wells was on like rate levels right there with him framing wise. So
yeah.
There you go.
This says that he gets his hands in 15 extra base hits out of his 21 total hits on inside pitches in the 2024 season, which is best in Major League Baseball among hitters with 240 plate appearances. That's a lot of plate appearances.
Okay.
Oh, and good at lifting balls that are meant to be hit into the ground or whiffed on. So if you got a ground ball, if you have a pitcher with a high ground ball rate on their pitch, everyone else is grounding these balls out.
Right.
You know, he'd go deep on Clay, maybe.
Okay.
That's what that says.
Circle that. Subway Series.
That almost felt like a detriment at the start of the season, where it was like just hit that one on the ground the other way, or
it's cold and
hit it on a line.
Hit it on the line. Everything was kind of fly out. It was like, damn, nice contact. Easy catch.
Right.
Nice contact, easy catch. I like him.
Like him, man. This is a guy going back to, what was it? We interviewed him, I think it was the COVID draft. He was the Yankees' first round pick, and he was compared to like a Schwarber type. The swing is pretty. The swing's productive. And, hey, man, that spray chart, like if Austin Wells gets a bit of confidence or takes a step better offensively at Yankee Stadium, we were laughing before this. He only had 5 homers at home last year. And his spray chart, I mean, it doesn't look Didi-esque because he hit a couple to center and he hit a couple the other way. But, like, okay, if that can translate to a year better, I don't know. If Austin Wells is a 20-homer lefty catcher, that's a really nice asset. This is, I mean, no offense to Trevi and Higgy, who Trevi won the Platinum Glove. Higgy became a breakout catcher, free agent star. But there was days when we begged for a not righty defense-only catcher, and we have that.
I have Jimmy Liddick for you.
Boop-a-loop-doop.
41% of the pitchers
Okay.
that he has homered off of have names that end or start with K.
Oh. Interesting.
Eric Swanson,
Yep.
Merrill, Kelly, Dean,
Kramer.
Frank E.
Montas.
Zach.
Wait, did that count?
That counts.
Frank Montas.
Frank Montas.
Frank
that counts.
Montas. Pleasure
Yeah.
to meet you.
Zach Littell.
Yeah.
Zach Kelly. He was
That's it.
doomed.
He was done.
It was doomed.
He was done.
Those are back-to-back Ks.
Eric Fetty.
Sure.
So, other than that,
Right.
his homer, his book, as Trevor Plouffe would say, isn't that impressive.
It's fine.
Merrill Kelly, Jordan Romano, Brady Singer's on there, Shane Baz, Steven Wilson of Cubs fame, Tanner Rainey, Riley O'Brien. No, I was going to go to him and be like, and he owns his ass, but it's nothing really.
How about this? We talked about this with Judge a little bit. When he took the first pitch, all of his numbers went up.
Oh, wow.
Batting average, on base, and OPS.
How'd he do against our rivals?
Let's see. It's a great question.
Pretty good against Boston.
He's good against the Angels. Who do you consider our rivals?
Boston.
He was great against the Reds.
Oh, he crushed the Rays, dude. That's his best team. 304 batting average. Don't tell me he loved the Trop because it's gone.
Right. Yeah, but he likes Tampa, you know? He did well at the Trop.
Did he? Yeah, he did really well at the Trop. Damn. He liked Fenway a lot. Interesting for a lefty.
Well, I think, again, those lefty fly balls that are outs a lot of places are doubles at Fenway. So
They didn't get to Fenway till mid-June and again in
right.
July, so it was when he was just feeling himself.
He's good against the Mets and the Red Sox. This guy's a keeper.
He's good friends with Volpe.
Good friends with Anthony Volpe.
Career
Volpe's
career numbers at Fenway. Good.
Yeah.
How about that? And at Kauffman Stadium. Well, how'd he do in the playoffs there? Nobody knows.
Bad that round.
Nobody knows. Let's throw it to a quick break. Then we're going to watch two different videos about our guy.
Who's scoring big this NBA season? You are, with all new ways to get in on the action with our partners at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, all new customers who bet just $5 will get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you use code YANKS. From monster slams, dishing the rock, cleaning the glass, get behind your favorite players, and prop bets you can make at DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers, use code YANKS. Bet just $5 on any wager and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's code YANKS only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
There's Frank, yeah. So these are his Yankee Stadium home runs. That one was a bomb.
Bullpen wall.
Wow. Is
I like that.
3-2 pitch?
2-2 pitch.
2-2. He only had 5 homers at the stadium, so that's an inside pitch.
Yep, sinker. 95. Okay.
Team hadn't scored yet.
I love it. Frank?
Wow. Respect
Yeah.
from Montal.
Is that 4th of July or something? What's with those hats?
They did play the Reds 4th of July weekend.
The wind's blowing.
Down and in.
That looks like one of those pitches that should not be elevated that he elevated.
Right. That's Zach Littell.
Got him. It's a 1-1.
Down and into a lefty, baby.
Yeah, that's the natural. That is a portrait. We need more of that.
Right.
Judge says round him. Stadium a little empty.
That's captaining.
The Rays.
Looks over.
112 miles per hour. That's nice. Oh, wow.
O'Brien, your family.
Riley O'Brien. Look at the catcher. Go. Who's the catcher on the Cardinals? Watch the catcher's reaction to this one.
Herrera.
No! That's a bomb.
Yeah.
That's not a cheapie. Dugout, not interested.
No.
It's a one-run game. Okay.
Second of the day. 2 homer
Night game.
games.
Were the first 2 day games?
Rays one, I couldn't quite tell what time that was.
Left side of the infield.
St. Louis again. Ooh.
So that was kind of like a down, middle away changeup.
Yeah, and that's the alley. 5 home runs at the stadium. How many you want this year? 7?
You're going to call me nuts, but I'm 10.
Tie game. Blow it open, Wellesley. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Is that your guy Brady Singer?
Yeah.
No, MacArthur.
Was this the series where Soto, Judge, and Stan all homered in a row? No one remembers.
No one remembers.
Comment if it was.
Toogie.
Snacks pitching in the World Series.
Another one-run game. Oh, this is the World Series? Ugh.
It's the game they won.
Yeah, when the Dodgers didn't throw any pitchers they care about.
Landon Knack. K.
K.
Double
Oh,
K.
no way. So I didn't have him on my list.
You're going to strike me out. No, you're not.
So that jumps my percentage up. Holy shit, to 44%. I mean, do any of our rivals have K names?
Got to be. Garrett Cruz.
Kramer again.
See, this is one of those things where the division probably.
Kevin Gossman.
The division.
And he throws sinkers, so he's dusted.
He'll leave a splitter up. That's a home.
Eric Swanson, Nick Sandlin. They're done. On the Orioles, Kramer and Kittredge.
Tanner Houck.
That counts.
Cutter Crawford.
They get Pavetta back.
Zach Littell.
So can the K be anywhere? I missed some of the rules.
It's just going to be prominent.
Walker Bueller.
Mm.
That's tricky.
We'll find out.
Right.
That's one of those where we'll have to just stay tuned.
He feels
to find
like
out.
he'd homer off of Walker Bueller.
Could. Gossman really feels like it.
Liam Hendricks.
No, that doesn't get. It's not prominent enough. Not at all. Good try though.
I'm learning the rules.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here's throwing out runners. Who's that? Was there a runner on second stealing third?
Unclear. That is Jaron Duran.
I think that's Volpe's head bouncing in the picture.
I mean, he's way out. Not even close, the announcer said. Hey.
Curveball, little sidearm.
Glaber was really good at tagging. I wonder if we missed that. Like, the last 3 have been products of Glaber's nice, good throws, but also Glaber tags.
That one on a real looper.
I'm half happy Glaber ended up on the ground on all of these.
Wow.
There goes Duran, and he's gone down.
That was always my thing. I'd get embarrassed playing baseball games. I'd put on the tag, and I'd just be... I guess I was draped on the runner, so that made it weirder.
Yeah.
Is that your cup?
No, I'm hard. Just tagged you out.
I really
dude.
like this.
You're done.
Stop bringing your sisters to the game.
Okay. See you later.
Are we teammates?
I'm out.
Is it practice?
Austin Wells coming into this season now has another year under his belt. This time he won't be fighting for time. He is getting the time. So you know what? Austin Wells, you're a lefty bat. I think it'll play it. We think that you can be able to hit. His arm is developing. His defense is developing. And I like the confidence that the pitchers have in him. I think he's going to have a big year coming now. No sophomore slump.
Over under for Wells. We have so many that we've already done. We haven't even gotten to the official BBD over/under, which is 0.5 games as DH.
Oh, yeah. I think it happens this year.
See you guys later.
So what do you got?
0.5. Yeah.
I was surprised to see 0 last year. We debated that for a little while last year.
Remember, we kind of asked Boone like 3 weeks in a row. And third week, he's like, oh, maybe.
Yeah. No, maybe.
No, never. No, never. Maybe. Never.
All it takes is a stand injury. This for that happen.
Not a lot of catchers, though.